look at me. It's going to be even better when she comes in. I'm so excited to talk to you. Oh my God. I think I got lipstick on my teeth. Oh my God. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
I
Thank you
do.
so much for having me. There you
Ah,
go. There you go. I know
how you
I
doing?
haven't been on Instagram Live in a minute. I was like, am I doing this right? Do I know how to do this still? I don't
Well,
know.
at least I'm not the only one.
No.
So it is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Angelica Sanchez, and I mean, you don't really need to tell everybody who you are, but I mean, tell everyone who you are. I mean, I mean, you're a fucking soccer fan. You know what I'm saying? Oh my
I'm Megan
God,
Rapinoe. Go by she, her. I play for the US Women's National Team. I like the sports, but I like, doing gay stuff better. So that's really my day.
Bernie. I don't know. You really do. I don't know if it's all right for me to say it this way, but it is the truth. You kick ass,
You can say it that way. Yeah.
and you take names like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I got my list.
you got your list.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm petty. I mean, when it really comes down to it, I'm petty. So that's what it is.
Okay, so I know I'm supposed to ask you a couple of questions. You're going to ask me a couple of questions.
Yep.
You want to go first, or should I?
Yeah, I can go first. Definitely go first.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, first I'll just it's so nice to meet you. It's so awesome to be on this. Thank you to Florida Rising, who does just such an incredible job building, political power, which really just translates, I feel like, into freedom and security for people, which is amazing. So thank you to them for having us on. Um, I mean, I kind of wanted to ask you, obviously, I don't know if celebrating is the right, but remembering the 5 year anniversary of Pulse Nightclub. It's obviously Pride Month. Pride Month has turned into a lot of things that it didn't start as. But for you
Yeah.
as a queer performer and artist and just human in the world, how important are, spaces like Pulse for you and our community, and sort of what do they represent for you and how do they make you feel?
Well, for me, when I first came out, it was like 1994. So I was still in high school. And what the gay club represented to me was a sense of community, a sense of life where commonality comes together and we can share that. And it's a safe space. So it's something that I used to tell the owner of Pulse, which is Barbara Poma, that we have to treat our patrons like this is church, like they're our members, because they come here, they want to feel safe. This is their place to be themselves. And for me, I saw drag and I knew that I wanted to be a girl, and this is the best way to be the girl that I always wanted to be. I always loved music. I enjoyed entertaining, and I found my magic space when I found drag. And what Barbara was able to offer me was just a place to utilize that and showcase it and give it to Orlando. And I think what happened with Pulse is that, the love that we gave, we got back when we needed it most.
That's beautiful. I love that. I love that. Just being able to like show up and just be who you are. Like we have to do so much
Right.
calculating in the world all of the time. And certainly the more intersectionality you fall under, the more calculation you have to do all the time. Everywhere you go, you just want to sit down in a bar and have a drink. And it's like, you can only do that really comfortably, I feel like, in a gay bar, in a queer bar.
Yeah. And it wasn't just a gay bar, it was a place for everyone.
Hmm.
Sometimes we might not feel welcome in their spaces, but they're always welcome into ours.
Mm, that is definitely true. That is definitely true.
I love it. So, oh, that was your question to me. Are most of these to me?
Yeah.
I
You
feel
want
like
me
I
to
should
keep
be
going?
interviewing
I
you.
got a lot of questions. I can keep going on you.
But let's keep
Let's just
going.
keep going. Okay. I mean, you mentioned, sort of in high school, started, kind of whether it's coming out to yourself or coming out in general. Give us a little bit of your sort of backstory. We all know you now. You're a famous queen now, so everybody knows you now. But talk a little bit more how you sort of fell in love with drag and what sort of drew you there, and like kind of the how drag's impacted your life and made you feel more comfortable in your own skin, or this is the place where I actually can just be myself.
Well, it's the place where I actually can be myself, and being a black trans woman, drag was my outlet to entertain people. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always been a singer, dancer, so this was like the perfect outlet for me.
Mm.
And I remember going to, actually, I saw it on a videotape. There was this girl named Sierra Fox who was just like phenomenal. And I never seen a white girl dance like this. Like she was so awesome. And then she was a big girl. So for me, I could relate to that far as size and being body conscious and things of that nature. So when I saw her, I just fell in love. And she did Shannon Let the Music Play and Give Me Tonight. And it just blew my mind. And I was like, this is what I am supposed to do. And
This
I've
is
been
me.
able to build a career and a life off of it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. It's like I get asked all the time. I've been out for a long time. For a long time, I was the only out player on my team, the only out player. There's always lots of us around, of course. But I got
Yeah.
asked all the
Well, how was that
time,
for you?
at the time, honestly, I felt lucky. I wasn't personally struggling with it. And so I did kind of realize at the time, like, this is a bigger thing that I'm doing. My family was okay with it. My friends, sort of everyone knew. And I was a little nervous. It was, I think, 2012. So I was kind of like, how is this, going to be received? But I felt like even just within my team and sort of within my close life, it was going to be okay. But I feel like that's kind of what the question I get a lot is like, well, why did you come out, or why did you feel like it was, necessary? It's like, I never had someone like me to look up to or to even see. We had
Mm.
Ellen, like that was it. We had one gay person, and that
I
hasn't
mean, it shows that representation is so important.
exactly. So it's like, even, I feel like now for little kids looking at me playing soccer, which is a pretty, traditionally white sport, and, most people have ponytails. Now it's like, okay, you can have short hair, you can have pink hair, you can be loud, you can be gay, you can sort of be who you want. And I feel like that's the most important thing is like, there's so like no one's the same, right? But society kind of tells us we have to try to fit into this one little thing, and it's just like, until you can see and sort of break free of that and like see something, then you're like, that is me. Like, if you didn't see that woman before, like
If
you
I didn't see,
you
yeah.
didn't know. You just know that whatever was available didn't fit you, but you didn't know what sort of fit you, where you kind of wanted to be. That's how I always look at, and that's kind of how I look at just like, queer spaces or safe spaces, just sort of in general. And I kind of have an eye to this younger generation who just seems so much like so far past where we were all the time. um but like, what do you hope to see for them? Because I feel like there started to be this conversation like, do we even need that anymore? Do we need queer spaces? Like, everyone's accepted now. Like, what do you see from queer people now, and what do you hope for them growing up, and like, what do you want them maybe in 10 years, like, what do you want to see for them by the time they're able to, go to a bar, by the time they're 21 or whatever?
Well, for me, I want them to understand the shoulders that they stand on. I think that
Mm.
is so important. We celebrate Pride, but a lot of people don't realize it was kicked off by a black trans woman and a Hispanic trans woman, So they need to know about Marsha P. They need to know about Sylvia Rivera. I mean, it's that part of it that they need to know and understand, because what they're born into now is that, oh, it's just a regular thing.
Yeah.
But for us, it really wasn't. Do we have some trials and tribulations that we need to get over and get through and get to? Of course we do. And there's always barriers we're going to have to break down. But I think the most important thing is to live by example, treat people the way you want to be treated, and that'll lead the way. And I think it is very important for us to still have our own spaces. I think before Pulse, it was getting to a point to where social media had made it to where you didn't have to go to the club to meet somebody like yourself. You could just go up and you have a whole catalog of people, you know. So it is good to have that sense of community, that sense of love, that, you know, togetherness. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why it's important for us to keep those queer spaces.
Yeah, there's nothing like walking into, you know, a queer space or gay bar, whatever we want to call it, and seeing like so many different kinds of people. You could have like, you know, this butch lesbian, she's wearing cargo shorts. We got drag queens, we got, you know, gay guys, we got like whatever it is, trans people. And like, I feel like a lot of bars, it's like you're going to a sports bar, everyone basically looks the same. You're going to a cocktail lounge, everyone basically looks the same. You go into like, you know, whatever. But
Are you
you,
going like to the dance rave club? It's like, yeah,
yeah.
but I think the thing that is different now is that this new generation hates labels. And I think it's kind of in a good way that they've thrown that away. For me, back in my day, when I first came out, it was, these are the girls, these are the guys. No matter whether you were lesbian, gay, trans, you know, these were the girls, these were the guys. And I think that's even kind of still where that top and bottom situation comes in, when everybody really is first.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
You my new friend. I hope you know that.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, it's too good. So what do
But I
you,
will have to say this. Oh,
no,
go ahead.
no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I haven't talked on. Well, I was just saying, like,
No, I
what,
just wanted to say this. Oh.
I hate the internet. I hate it. Go.
Okay, I just wanted to say real quickly that thank God for places and spaces like Florida Rising. You know, God knows Florida needs it right now. With DeSantis doing the things that he's been doing. I mean, let's talk about the athletes. Let's talk about how he's vetoed the bill to mental health care for people who were dealing with the tragedy of Paul's. I know what it's been able to do for me over the past 2 years. It took me 3 years just to finally go. You know, I thought I could do it all on my own, which I did a lot on my own with healing and keeping my mind together. But therapy really helped me to um, maintain myself and to keep me on a good progression. And for him to veto something like that, it's just like it's killing. And then especially like with Florida Rising and what they do as far as housing. So like they vetoed that as well. And it's like, come on. How many people do you know that came out and got put out by their people and needed safe spaces to go just to lay their head?
Yeah, I mean the numbers are really just staggering with, you know, LGBTQ youth, you know, and homelessness or houselessness, and the abuse that they deal with, and you know the subsequent, whether it's drug abuse or alcohol abuse, to try to mask and cope with what they've been through at such a young age. I mean, being kicked out of your house as a teenager, like teenagers are wild anyways. There's so much going on. You have so many hormones. You're trying to figure
I
out
mean,
who you are, and then to like be kicked out of the place that you're supposed to have a family, and you're
feel
supposed to be
most safe.
loved and feel safe, and like not just safety from a personal perspective, but like literally a roof and food and, you know, someone who's going to help guide you. And so, yeah, I mean, Ron DeSantis is just, you know, I think kind of an evil human for doing these things. And it's just, you know, rooted in hate and rooted in white supremacy. I think so. It's really
Very
unfortunate.
much
Obviously,
so.
we have, an incredible organization in Florida Rising. So anyone, listening on here, support them in any way that you can, whether that's financially or sharing the information that they're putting out. Please just support this organization because it really, just literally saves lives day after day after day.
Yes, yes. Well, it's been great talking to you. I don't know, should we put Raphael in with us, or are we getting on off? I don't know what's going on, but
I don't,
we have someone
can we,
good coming in.
can we menage a trois on this? I don't know how the Instagram works.
I know you can add multiple people
Yeah,
now.
get them in, and then I'll say hi, and then I'll pop
Let's
out.
get them in.
Let's get them in.
Yeah, and say hi. Okay. I just invited him. I'm like getting good at this thing.
I know it's tough.
I
There's a
can't
lot
believe
going
it.
on. It's upgraded a lot too.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hi.
I think when they started that whole versus thing, it like changed the whole algorithm.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hi.
Hi, how you
Oh, nice.
doing? Look, you see
Nice.
I changed a little bit. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I watch your show.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm a
You real good on there.
yeah.
It's a long stop for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here and to be chatting with you both. It's for such an important date and cause forever. I've been watching the live, the conversation and that you've been having. It's been entertaining, but also educational, and I must say that this feels homey. This conversation, so thank you for knowingly and unknowingly making me feel at home. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's so nice to meet you.
Well,
I'm gonna let Miss Angelica take it, but I just wanted to usher you in with a friendly face. And thank you again, everybody, for showing up. Thanks, Florida Rising. Thank you, Angelica. This was so amazing. Happy Pride, everyone, and so
no,
much love.
thank you.
Bye bye.
I'm honored. Thank you so much, Megan.